My name is Michelle Dortnack, and I am founder of Unata Aerial Yoga. Today, I wanted to share with you a little bit about single point versus double point. Essentially, a single point hammock, the two sides of the hammock are hung together in one location at the ceiling, and the 2 point is obviously hung at two separate points. And the distance apart is variable. I usually use a single point hammock, it's my preference, but I want to share with you that everything that's done on a single point can be done in a 2 point. Most things, you don't need to do any sort of adjustments. They will translate literally one to the other. Some things you can do, but you might need a little bit of adjustment or at least a little bit more awareness. And I want to show you one of those things today, just as an example. We're going to look at Baddha Konasana. Now, the way these are hung, I can hang single point and double point in my studio safely, either way, it doesn't matter. However, what I can't do is move the camera. There's not enough room in this space for me to put the camera at an angle where they're side by side equally. So I'm just going to move this one a little bit out of the way while I demonstrate for you the position on the single point so you can see what you're going to need to know for the 2 point. Baddha Konasana, normally of course I would face the camera, but what I want you to see is on the back. So I'm going to instead come into this position with my back to the camera. And here I am. So partly what I want you to see is that because the two sides of the hammock are coming together to a single place over my head, and it's of course right over the rest of the body, right over my spine, it means that the two sides of the hammock are actually against my back here. So as I let go of the arms and I sort of sit down a little bit closer to the floor, I feel the hammock against my shoulder blades. And my arms are then therefore completely free to do whatever kind of movement I can muster. I could put my hands together in front of my heart, I could keep the arms out to the sides with whatever fancy mudra I feel like doing today. The difference when you get to the 2 point hammock, as you might be able to kind of guess just from how I was describing that one, is that the hammock might be a little wider than your shoulders, and that's going to mean that the hammock will not be on your back when you get into that position. All right. Instead, you'll have to support yourself with your arms. Now, that's not such a bad thing. Most people can do that. And when you're upright, most people also aren't very confused, right? As sometimes when you're upside down, you can find that you can get a little disoriented. At the same time, I would be cautious not to put the hands together in front of the heart because that might be just a little bit too close to being able to slip out backwards. And the time when this becomes important to remember, right, that you don't have the hammock to sort of block you from slipping out, is when you're upside down and maybe you're coming back right side up. So often I see people here get a little lost or maybe take the elbow through and not realize that they're at risk of slipping out. Anyway, that's the one thing I wanted to show you today. There's a few others. Feel free, you can always send me a message on any source you have, or you can join one of my Ask Me Anything events. There are free live streams, and I run them frequently. So if you get a new Unata Aerial Yoga video, and you have one of these setups, and you're trying to figure out how to translate, maybe something specific isn't working for you from one to the other, you just contact me and let me know, and I'll help you out. Thanks for your time. Have a great rest of your day.